Welcome to First Time Watching. Fracture for fracture, eye for an eye, tooth for tooth. Almost every religion has some version of this idea, and it also serves as the core theme of the 2025 horror movie Eye for an Eye, also known as Night Terror. You're probably wondering who this so-called Mr. Sandman is, and whether there's any way to escape once you're cursed. But before we get into all of that, let's start with a quick movie recap. A girl dreams of being a cheerleader, but just as she's thrown into the air, no one is there to catch her. She falls right through the podium and then wakes up only to have her eyeballs taken by the Sandman. In the present day, Anna moves in with her blind Auntie May. They're family, but they've never actually met before. May shows Anna to her room. Since she lives alone and can't see, the house could definitely use some cleaning. Anna recently lost her parents, which is why she's now staying with her sonar-using aunt. While outside taking photos, Anna tries to snap a picture of May, and she could swear the blind bat somehow knows. The next morning, Aunt Patty arrives with groceries for May and offers her condolences to Anna for her parents. She's clearly afraid to go inside the house and begs Anna to put the groceries away instead of doing it herself. Back inside, Anna asks if the woods nearby lead anywhere. May warns her not to go in there. It leads to water, and there are gators. Anna ignores the warning and heads into the swampy woods anyway. She eventually reaches a river where she meets Julie and Sean. They're drinking beer and convince Anna to join them. They ask where she's from and why she moved to this dump of a town. Anna explains she's from Brooklyn and that her parents were killed by a drunk driver. Sean is also part of the Dead Parents Club, so they bond over shared trauma. After thanking them for the beer, Anna heads back into the woods and discovers a massive, unsettling tree with names carved into its trunk. One of the names is her Aunt May's. She takes photos of the carvings. When she returns home, May already knows she went into the woods. She asks if Anna found anything, but Anna only mentions the people she met. That night, Anna hears May walking upstairs and watches her enter her room. Curious, Anna spies through the keyhole and sees May praying. When Anna looks away and back again, May is suddenly right there. She opens the door, and Anna sees that May has no eyeballs. She steps toward Anna, as if sensing her presence, but Anna stays perfectly still. May eventually retreats. Later, Anna looks through old photos and finds May's yearbook. May's picture is missing, and her sister Patty wrote a cruel message in the back saying May didn't even deserve to be mentioned. So Anna decides to visit Patty. Patty tells her May used to be popular, but also cruel. When Anna asks what happened to May's eyes, Patty says it's the stuff of legend. May was cursed by the Sandman. He punishes those who do wrong. May began having nightmares that worsened until one night he appeared in her room and took her eyes. He was the last thing she ever saw. The next morning, Julie and Sean pick Anna up for some casual day drinking. Sean is an aggressive drunk. When a kid roller skates towards them, Sean throws a shoe at him. He then runs at the kid, grabs him, and runs him towards Julie and Anna while Julie films. He accidentally throws the kid off a bridge. The boy breaks his arm. Sean doesn't feel guilty. He's just scared of consequences. He threatens the boy into silence and dumps him at urgent care. That night, Anna meditates to cope with her overwhelming guilt. Meanwhile, the boy's mother calls Patty. Patty tells the boy that if he doesn't speak up, the same thing that happened to her will happen to him too. She tells him a secret. If he wants revenge, he must be ready for the consequences. She explains there's a tree in the woods with names carved into it. If he carves in the names of those who hurt him, their fate will be decided by the Sandman. The boy carves the names of Sean, Julie, and Anna into the tree. That night, May feels something terrible approaching. An hourglass appears on Anna's nightstand as the Sandman looms over her and pulls her into a nightmare. She relives the night her parents died. At the end of the street, a man in a bunny suit waits for a photo. He grabs her, pulls out a knife, and suddenly he turns into a real rabbit. She follows it through a small door into a swamp. A coffin appears, holding her own corpse. She sinks into thick black sludge and wakes up screaming. The next morning, the blind bat ties yarn around the porch so she can navigate the woods safely. She makes her way to the tree. She knew the Sandman would come back to her. Later, Sean kidnaps Anna to talk. He also had a nightmare and wants reassurance their secret is safe. Suddenly, his eyes and mouth start bleeding. Anna panics, yanks the steering wheel, and Sean throws her out of the car in town. Disoriented, Anna wanders into a store where she sees Connor, the boy Sean threw from a bridge. She apologizes and begs forgiveness, but Connor isn't ready to give it. At home, May prepares for something ominous. Anna falls asleep again and has another nightmare. A boy leads her into a closet. Another version of Anna appears, accusing her of doing nothing. She pulls Anna's tongue out, telling her she should have spoken up. That night, while Anna notices May wandering outside, Sean is attacked on a playground by a pale male figure who throws him around with his psychic powers. Julie later sees eyeballs floating in her pool and is dragged under by black smoke. An hourglass appears nearby as she crawls out. Anna spies on May again through the keyhole and sees her talking to the walls. She runs back into the woods and finds that her name was carved into the tree. May appears behind her, so she tries to not let her notice she is there. The old hag collects black sand from around the tree while Anna films her. She then goes to Julie to show her the video. She doesn't completely believe Anna, but they did both have nightmares about the eyeless boy. That night, May smears black sludge from the tree onto the walls. Anna returns to the forest with a hatchet and tries to cut the tree down, but it resists. She collapses and finds a projector that reveals Vincent's story. He was a blind boy who got bullied in school. One day he was sitting against the strange tree and two boys showed up. They ripped the glass eyeballs from his empty sockets and shot them at him with a slingshot. He died, but then he merged into the ground and became the Sandman. The next morning, Sean and Julie find Anna on the docks. Sean is still a prick and pushes Anna into the water, so the girls storm off. But Sean angrily carves Julie's mom's name into the tree. It disappears. She is not guilty. He thinks it's all bullshit and takes out his trouser snake to pee on the tree. The Sandman appears behind him and rips out his eyes, and then he eats them. Julie and Anna now fully believe the Sandman is real and attempt lucid dreaming together to confront Vincent. He takes Julie into a trance, but reminds Anna again that she should have spoken up. After waking up, Anna goes downstairs, but falls unconscious. May drags Anna's body upstairs, all while Julie drowns in the bathtub, where Vincent takes Julie's eye. Patty has a gut feeling that something is wrong. May has put Anna down on her bed. As she feels Vincent's presence, she greets him. She missed him. She is happy he came back to her. 50 years ago, she received her punishment, but now is her redemption time. She will open her eyes once again. In her dream, Anna walks into her bedroom and reads the Bible. She finds a passage where they speak about retribution. An eye for an eye. Whatever you do upon others, you deserve too. She wakes up and knows what to do, but finds herself tied to May's bed. The old crazy bitch has drawn eyes onto the wall with the black goo she got at the tree. May is planning to get her eyes back. She climbs on top of Anna and holds a pair of scissors to her face. Anna manages to grab a jar and smacks it onto her head. She tells May that the Sandman isn't there for her. Vincent came to get Anna because her name was carved into the tree. May doesn't believe her. Anna tries to run off, but May pulls her down and takes a stab at her, so Anna kicks the old bag off and stabs her with a pair of scissors into her face and runs to her room. There, she chants the Bible verse and hits herself on the arm with a hammer over and over to inflict upon her the same wound as they've done to Connor. As she dozes off, Vincent appears and lifts her body up into the air. Patty arrives at the home and finds her sister on the floor with a pair of scissors stabbed into her empty eye socket. As she pulls the scissors from the socket, May falls backwards down the stairs. Patty sits with her sister. May tells Patty she isn't better than her. She might have put that scar on Patty's face, but she is the one that took May's eyes, not Vincent. She is the one that carved May's name into that tree. Patty hugs her sister as she thinks she died, but the old bat ain't dead yet and shoves the scissors into Patty's eye and calls her a jealous bitch. They both die. Anna is in the woods and finds a pair of eyeballs on the floor. Her nightmares are being reversed by the Sandman. Everything he did to her in her sleep is being turned back until she wakes in his presence. She is inside the Sandman's home and walks up to him. Anna gives him the eyeballs she's found on the floor, and then she wakes up in her bed. Her arm is broken, but she still has her eyes. She couldn't be happier. Deep in the woods, her name disappears from the tree. She has given an eye for an eye. Anna couldn't help but wonder how May had lost her vision. She had seen her without her dark glasses, and it looked as if someone had scooped her eyes straight out of their sockets. Searching for answers, Anna went to visit her grandaunt Patty. Patty explained that May had been a cheerleader in high school, a proud young woman who thrived on attention. She quickly added that May was also mean and careless, someone who always needed things to go her way. Patty knew what she was about to say would sound impossible, so she carefully explained that in small towns like theirs, myths and local lore often shaped people's lives. One of those legends was Mr. Sandman. According to the story, Mr. Sandman punished those who did wrong, and he was the one who took May's sight. In the days leading up to the night she lost her vision, May had been plagued by recurring nightmares that left her deeply traumatized. The last thing she remembered seeing was Mr. Sandman himself, moments before he ripped her eyes from their sockets. Those who refused to believe the myth claimed May had done it to herself. It was later, in the emergency room, room that May learned she was pregnant, but she was in no condition to raise a child. After Patty's chilling explanation of Mr. Sandman, the truth about him is finally revealed near the end. Anna discovers a massive tree deep in the forest, said to grant revenge. If someone carved the names of their bullies into its bark, Mr. Sandman would come for them. Anna even considers chopping the tree down, but it proves impossible. Exhausted, she collapses, and that's when she witnesses Mr. Sandman's origin. He was once a small boy named Vincent, visually impaired and had glass eyes to fill up the empty holes in his face. One day after school, two classmates lured him into the woods. They stole his glass eyes and used them as slingshot marbles, firing them at him as they laughed. One of the glass eyes struck Vincent's head too hard, killing him. Vincent later admits that the bullies may not have intended to murder him, that it might have been an accident, but even so, there was no excuse for what they did. Vincent's body was never found. Over time, it decomposed into the sand itself. While he had been rejected and tormented in life, his soul found refuge in the giant tree to which he had once been bound. Its roots gave him a sense of life again. And while the boy Vincent died, Mr. Sandman remained watching over the vulnerable and punishing cruelty in the small town. Anna searched for meaning within her nightmares. She tried to understand where Vincent came from and desperately looked for ways to convince him that she wanted to become a better human being, that she was doing everything she could to pay the price for her silence. It almost seemed as though Vincent, too, could see the good in Anna, but because she hadn't helped Connor, he believed she deserved punishment all the same. Unlike most of his targets, Anna was genuinely remorseful. She felt guilty long before the nightmares ever began. This may be why her visions were filled with clues, signs she could use to find a way out of the curse. In one of her nightmares, Anna discovered the book of Exodus and read the familiar eye for an eye commandment, fracture for fracture, eye for eye, tooth for tooth. Whatever injury is given a person shall be given to him. That's when Anna realized the only way to atone for her mistake was to fracture her own arm, just as Sean had fractured Connor's. She repeatedly struck her arm with a hammer, and despite the agonizing pain, she knew there was no other escape from the curse. Overwhelmed by the pain, Anna once again slipped into a state of sleep paralysis. She found herself in the woods, where she discovered two glass eyes lying on the ground. She picked them up, and during the ending, when Anna finally came face to face with Vincent inside the tree that had become his home, she offered him the glass eyes. This, it turns out, was the closure Vincent needed. Perhaps he had been waiting to experience kindness, even in the afterlife, and only Anna truly understood him. The next morning, Anna woke up in her room, overjoyed when she realized she still had her vision. It was her empathy and determination to uncover the truth that allowed her to pay for her sin without losing her sight. Anna's name magically disappears from the giant tree. Vincent no longer needs to punish her because she has already repented on her own. The finale suggests that Vincent finally found peace and that his soul may have left the mortal world, but the legend itself may continue to haunt the town, ensuring that bullies will think twice before ever targeting someone again. And that's a wrap. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.